Good evening. I'm back with more Mario Sunshine. I'm kind of haphazardly throwing this one together. I feel like I'm not yet in streaming mode, and yet here I am. Hi, Sam. How are you? Just make sure everything is alright still. Because I know one day Streamlabs is just going to turn on me. And just all my settings are going to be awry completely. Anyway, it's been a few days, and as you can see, I could not help myself. And I did, in fact, start another file, because I just wanted to play this game and I couldn't wait till the next time I streamed it. That might confuse me a little bit as to where we are in this file, but I'm sure I'll get by. So, where were we last time? I believe we had just seen Bowser Jr. run off. I said last time, I was like, I wanted to save all the blue coins for the very end and just buy all 24 at once. I'm not gonna actually do that because since there are some things here in the plaza that are dependent on the number of shines you have, I kind of want to just increase that number. So, how many do we have anyway? Yeah, we'll get 6 shines right now. That's Tom Nook, by the way. He even says yes at the end of the sentence. So I think that's going to open up Noki Bay for us. I think that opens at 20. Yes. That opens at 20, and then you get, like, the rocket nozzle and the turbo nozzle at, like, 30 and 35, I think? Just so we have the options. And I'll get some lives here as well. Since I did, in fact, game over on the previous stream. Get another one of these. I like the one-ups in this game, actually. They not only give you, obviously, an extra life, but refill your water and health. Can you do the side? There we go. Now, I've gotten a little more used to the inverted or non-inverted controls. Just because I've been playing the heck out of this. So I knew it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it is a little, like, I'm still probably going to keep hitting L instead of ZL every time I want to center the camera, and that's going to bring up the freaking guide. Never noticed that before. Hey John, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's like a little touch that, like, no other game does anything, I don't think, like that. So it actually makes some of the one-ups a little more important. Because it's not just adding to a counter. What do I want? I guess we'll just go to... We'll just go to Noki since I opened it up. Have you tried Galaxy yet? I was playing it earlier and Mario runs in loops a lot. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed that. Or who had that problem. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of... Not a lot, but several moments where I noticed, like, I would just be holding a straight direction left or right, or forward or back, and Mario would just be running in a really tight circle. Even in areas where there's not, like, strange gravity. Like, I think the first time it happened to me, I just wrote it off to me being, like, on the underside of a planet. And that, like, I don't remember that ever being an issue, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm glad you mentioned that, because surprisingly I've heard absolutely nobody else mention that. In the few days that this collection has been out. I've seen a lot of posts about how janky this game is, and how janky Mario 64 is, as we all know. It's nice to see an entire new generation become traumatized. On circular planets especially, there's a lot of directional correction, I think. Yeah, I think that happened... That would happen occasionally normally in the original game, but I feel like it's happening way more in, like, in areas where it shouldn't in this particular port. I don't know, it hasn't happened, like, so much that it is a major problem. I'll tell you where it did happen, though, that actually did screw me up. You know the mission in Battle Rock? Where you're blowing up the trash, you throw the bombs, and there's like 30 seconds to blow up all the garbage. Which is a shitty mission to begin with, but... I was doing that, and I was running back towards, you know, where the bombs spawn. And Mario was just running in this tight little circle, and it screwed me up. I ran out of time, so... And that is a totally flat area, so I don't know why that would be happening. I'm not using one of my drifting Joy-Cons, because my brother was nice to lend me one of his that is, so far, in decent shape. This is very pretty goop. I like these colors. '64 Mario is so fat at the worst times. You mean like the turning radius for Mario? Because I know that's a big complaint people have. We don't need that. I probably should have filled up on water, but... I was watching Vinny do that mission earlier. Why does that mission suck so much? The second one is the worst one. That first one on Battle Rock isn't too bad, but there's another one later on at, like, Dreadnought Galaxy, I guess? Yeah, like the little floor lights that spawn coins, that's where you're supposed to throw the bombs. So at least you know, like, where they should go. The problem is just getting it to that place and getting it in an appropriate amount of time that they will blow up before the time runs out. Am I even hitting him? That definitely didn't hit him. But yeah, like, I'm enjoying this collection. Um, I've been playing all of these, all three of the games. Oh, I fell all the way down. Very nice. Oh, into the poison, no less. Hold on. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I've never, like, bounced back and forth between all three of these games simultaneously before. So that's at least a new experience for me, but, yeah, I mean, like, my opinions on the collection as a collection, I mean, it is a little lackluster, especially for an anniversary. My general recommendation is, like, if you're not, you know, a huge Mario fan that you need to have this, and you already own these games in one form or another, you're not really going to be missing out on much. The portability is great. For me, that's the thing that matters to me. HD is very nice, especially for this game. But otherwise, it's the same games that you've played before, so... more or less. I don't know that character's name, I just decided it was Nerdle. I was gonna say, like, I didn't know if he did have a name. I was like, do you know something that I don't? He looks like a Nerdle. I am going to do a few missions in the theme park so we can unlock Yoshi. I played quite a bit of Galaxy in handheld mode, and I was like a little worried about like how was you know, collecting star bits and stuff gonna work with the touchscreen. I felt like that was going to be really inconvenient, and surprisingly, I kind of like it. It's not as intuitive as like using the Joy-Con or like the Wiimote in the original, but it hasn't been bad in any part, really. And it's like honestly satisfying too, because that's about as close to, that's like the most accurate you can be with like the cursor, is using your actual finger. I just don't like getting my screen all gunked up with my greasy ass Mediterranean fingers. And I do have a stylus, but I'm not going to break out the stylus every time I want to collect star bits, so... But otherwise, yeah, it's very nice. And I even managed to get those pins that were available for about 5 minutes yesterday. As far as I know, I did get a confirmation email after several errors on their website, because everybody was trying to access it at the same time. I hate this coin. There we go. Nico Sean is showing me the biggest sacrilege, Sonic in Mario 64. Like Sonic just modeled in, or like fully playable, like with Sonic controls as well. Because that would completely break that game. Full Sonic controls, nice. he showed me Dreamcast Mario 64. And he looked like, Mario 64, I think it was Dreamcast, or maybe it was Saturn? I don't know, it was Mario 64 running on another console from that era. And the image of Mario looked like Pasquale from Chuck E. Cheese. His mustache was ginormous. I'm not going to make that coin. Probably a better place to do it from. I like this tree with snot in the form of a papaya. It looks like in Sunshine there are some UI elements that didn't properly set from 16:9 to 4:3. The spotlight when the camera is behind a wall is stretched, for example. I heard something, and I haven't seen this personally because I don't think I ever was in the situation where it would happen. Somebody posted about, yeah, like there was something they didn't adjust for the 16:9, and I think it was like using the turbo nozzle underwater. Something about like the camera. If I get that nozzle tonight, I'll try and see what they're talking about. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly what I read. But yeah, it looks like there's still a little bit of like, this wasn't like, or like they didn't fully do everything necessary to translate this into 16:9. I mean, for the most part, it looks great. I'm trying to get this bird, by the way, so you don't think I'm spraying off into... I mean, like, I'm not that much of a stickler for, like, perfect graphics and perfect frame rates and resolution. So my opinion on that sort of stuff does not align with a lot of the gaming community. But like I said, this does feel a little lacking. It feels a little rushed when people... Oops, that's gonna ruin that. It feels a little, like, rushed when people bring up some of those little bits that just kind of make it feel a little unpolished. Which I guess they could probably just patch in future updates. There was already, like, a day one update. I just wish there had been, like, a... I guess only because it's for, like, the anniversary, I would have liked a little bit more. Than just a music player. Like, the music player is cool and all, and I like how the songs play at random, like, on the menu. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm never going to use this as a music player. Similarly to, like, I know Smash Brothers, you can do that. Like, actually turn off the Switch and use it as, like, an iPod, but I'm never going to do that. I wish there had been, like, a little bit more of, like, art or, like, a history sort of thing. Some kind of, like, retrospective. And I know I said, like, I'm just happy enough to have these games in a collection in HD with the portability, but, like, the more I think of what could be done, the more disappointed I get. Like, just imagining, like, thinking of, like, the way Odyssey looks or plays, for instance. And thinking, like, man, they could have updated... Like, Galaxy probably doesn't need, like, any real changing beyond what they had done to it. But, like, this could definitely use a little bit of spit shine. And 64, obviously, even more. And I'm a little... This guy's fucking me up. I'm a little torn between, like, you know... How awesome would it be to see these with today's technology and, like, see... You know, they were limited at the time, but now it's almost limitless. What could they do? Could their original ideas finally be realized? And then part of me is like, well, then it kind of, like, how much does that then detract from what this is? So I don't know. I generally try to kind of just take these things as they are and like, hey, it is what it is. This is what we got. If it's not, you know, something completely abysmal, and I don't think that has happened in any case yet. I know there are, like, fans who tried to petition to cancel Color Splash and Metroid Prime Federation Force before it even came out, and, like, that's fucking ridiculous. So I don't know. It's the more they give you, the more opportunities you see of, like, ways things could be better. You don't walk around with your Switch on full blast. I don't even walk around with my Switch. That has happened so infrequently in my life. I don't know who all these people are in these Switch commercials who just have, like, these rooftop parties. And everybody just has a Switch, and they have, like, haha, hey, how you doing? Like, let's play 1-2 Switch. You got your Joy-Con? Oh, yeah. What is that, your 6th set? After the first one started drifting? Cool. No, I own a studio apartment in New York with a roof. $80 is nothing. I can buy all the Joy-Cons I want. No, I'm not salty about anything. Everything's fine. Nintendo's great. For a second, I thought Mario was just being all wobbly in the close-up camera. Funny you should mention that. There was... Look, you can see all the stuff I did. Yeah, right here. This was the other night. He just kept the animation of being shocked for a like, it starts fading away. But I had, like, gotten electrocuted and gone over to this guy, and, like, he just had this prolonged, electrocution animation. I love these Koopas, by the way. Underrated, underutilized Mario enemy. These Electro Koopas. I hate that the Joy-Cons are so expensive, but broken. God, you have no idea, man. Nintendo has been making, like, indestructible hardware since the 80s. And all of a sudden, they come out with $80 controllers. I bought new Joy-Cons, like, during, I guess it was, like, April. The drift on, like, one of my Joy-Cons had gotten so unbearable. And I didn't want to, like, Nintendo... Oh, yeah, Nintendo just straight up wasn't even doing repairs at the time because of, you know, the virus and everything. And so I just caved and I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy a brand new set of Joy-Cons. I've had these for a couple years. Why not? It'll be an investment. So I bought brand new Joy-Cons, and within a month, one of them started drifting. I was furious. And I still haven't really gotten it fixed. It's such a widespread issue, and they have done nothing other than offer just, like, the free repairs, which is... thank you. I do appreciate that you can send it in for free. But that's, A, horribly inconvenient still, and B, why does this problem still exist? Like, as far as I know, like, Joy-Cons have not improved in that time, and are still just as bad. And I don't even know if, like, the Switch Lite, like, if the sticks on that are nice. There's some jank for you. If the Switch Lite joysticks are just as bad, like, and then are you gonna have to send in your whole system? I think I'll get that one blue coin later. That really high one. I like this optical illusion when you run up and down this, you see it? Doesn't look like it's going... the frame rates on the stream might fuck it up, but... it looks like the mesh is, like, not moving at the speed it should be. It kills the bitrate. I didn't even consider that. I like these enemies a lot too. Speaking of the Electro Koopas and now these guys. And this is like the only time this one mission, this one area, in this one game. These, like, egg turtles. And they're adorable. And then you flatten them and they turn into sunflowers. I feel bad, they look very soft and cute. I like their little flippy feet. They also look considerably more low poly than most of the other models in the game. Peanut Park and Rico Harbor are not very friendly to watch with the Twitch bitrate. See, like, I had not even considered that, and, like, as soon as you say it, I'm like, I know exactly why. This game is ugly, it didn't hold up well. Yeah, I do not understand, like, a lot of people... I mean, especially now, Mario 64, perfect example, when people are like, oh, this game is not good by today's standards. Well, it's not a today game. Like, it's from 96, and this was great in 96, I don't know what to tell you. Like, obviously things have improved since then. I don't know, like, that's one of the things, like, everybody complains about the camera in Mario 64, and rightfully so. But also, like, part of me is like, well, I've gotten used to it, and I can make the camera work within that game. It would be another thing if it was like Mario Odyssey had like the same fucking issues, but it doesn't. And speaking of which, explain to me, why the hell does this game have a better camera than Galaxy? Final Fantasy VII is ugly, but I find it charming. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think it's great that they made those figures of the like the low poly models of like the characters recently. They end up becoming iconic. Like Mario 64 Mario is iconic. Like that's its own version of Mario. I know there's another. There it is. So it's like, yeah, it is like like looking at like some of the textures in Mario 64. It's like, this is a little like, blech. But it is what it is. Hey, Diego. Mario 64 visually is kind of a mess, but the game is so groundbreaking it makes up for that. Yeah, I mean, let's not mince words. Like, nostalgia has a lot to do with that. And it's the fact that it was so revolutionary. Gives it points. It, you know, it makes up for what it lacks in its legacy. I should say it makes up for what it lacks with its legacy. I haven't played Mario 64 since the 90s. One sec, let me get air first before I read this. I haven't played Mario 64 since the 90s, and I'm having a lot of trouble with the camera. I keep trying to Z-target. Yeah, I mean, again, that it certainly makes the case for they could have given these games some quality of life improvements. Like, I think there is some stuff they could have done to these games without really, like, completely changing the DNA of the game and just, like, make it a little more user-friendly. Because, like, there's a lot in this game. I mean, the past 5 days or so, I've just been seeing constant posts of people playing this game, or Mario 64, possibly for the first time. Possibly for the first time since it first came out. And there's... Boy, I do not remember this game being quite this janky. I mean, you just saw how that pepper just kind of flew there. Not that that's a big deal, but I don't remember this game being quite as, like, buggy and rough around the edges as I am seeing now. Where did Shadow Mario go? We lost him. The hell is he? Did anybody see where Shadow Mario went? Or am I just blind? Go towards the pineapple? Oh, he's all the way over there? Thank you. I did not think he could have gotten that far. He usually, like, stops. And I lost him again. Where the... What the hell is going on? Oh, I see him. How did he get up? I did not see that at all. Also, why is my water hurting him, but the groundwater isn't? Furthermore, how is that not proof enough that Mario is not the culprit when everybody is just watching two Marios run around the plaza? Mario 64 was probably most everyone here's... Oh, sorry, I'm reading this completely wrong. Mario 64 was probably everyone here's first 3D platformer, and here I am like Gex Enter the Gecko was my Mario 64. Hey, that's valid. Yeah, just depending on like what you happen to own, or what you happen to have access to as a kid. The first of a kind, or like the biggest first of a kind, is not always necessarily going to be everyone's experience. Nice Vine Blind emote. I've barely ever played this game, but something about the 3D All-Stars release convinces me it's glitchier than the original. I am almost feeling that way too, but I'm just kind of thinking, like, I haven't seen this many people talk about Sunshine at the same time ever. And everybody having completely unique experiences with it is going to undoubtedly unearth a lot of the game's jank. But it's almost to such an egregious point that I'm seeing like a hilariously large amount of people are posting like just strange glitches and stuff in this game. That I'm like, how did this get released like this? I mean, the game is playable. You're likely not going to, like, a lot of these glitches are almost like 1 in a million chances, or like you have to go out of your way to do them. But it's pretty wild to see all of it like at once. Sean's first 3D platformer was Glover. Holy shit, what a game to be your first experience with 3D. I can't imagine, like, I've never beaten, like, I've made it to, like, level 2 of Glover. Oh, we're getting the turbo nozzle already? Because that game is, like, that is a game, and I believe they are remaking it for modern systems, or at least PC. But that is a game I like, but would strongly benefit from modern day control schemes and technology and whatnot. That game is like so hard to play, it's like so frustrating, and it's like a really cool game. I just can't play it, and I want to like it, I'm just not good enough, or I don't have the patience. So for that to be your first foray into, you know, like a 3D world and 3D platforming, that's amazing. Like, how did that not, like, turn you away instantly? And just be like, oh, this is way too much for me to handle. I feel like Gex is probably a decent enough, like, first experience. I feel like the frames are, like, dragging for some reason. After the intro, they kind of forget that Mario got locked up for being a criminal. Yeah, like, everybody just kind of, like, accepts it, and it's like, well, you're a nice dude, you'd be doing this anyway, right? Gotta go fast. Got a buzz, cuz. Well, hey. Nice. I had no frame of reference, so I was like, I guess this is just how it is. Yeah. I think that, like, there's a lot of people who have fond memories of games that are historically disliked just because it was, like, one of their first games and they didn't have much else, and they were just like, well, this is just what video games are. And you end up building a connection with it and then finding out, like, later that there's so much better. I'm trying to think of an example, because I know I feel like I have a game or two like that as well, where it's just, like, widely considered a bad or annoying game or something, but I like it. 3D platformers were still figuring out the best way to do control. That's what we talked about with Mario 64's camera. I'm probably a little bit biased, but I think the best they did was the Ocarina control scheme. For 3D in general? Or for Zelda, specifically? I don't know, like, what I would consider the best, like, 3D game, control-wise. There we go. Almost fell off. For 3D on the N64. That's fair then, yeah. That probably. I'm just trying to think. Like, Banjo-Kazooie and, like, Donkey Kong 64 were good. In terms of, like, at least for, like, a platformer. I kind of like the Anesti brother dynamic of one liking Mario and the other one liking Zelda for some reason. Just kind of worked out that way. And it's not like he doesn't like Mario and I don't like Zelda. It's like we both like both. But I'm the big Mario fan and he's the big Zelda fan. What did I want to do? Let's get more blue coins from Tom Nook. Tom Nook and Timmy or Tommy, but not both. My first fighting game was Balls 3D on the Genesis regarding janky first games. You had, like, really bad first impressions on games. I always thought this was a bear. No, it's a tanuki. I mean, I absolutely did at first, too, when I first played this game. The second fighter I got was Paws of Fury on the Sega CD. I can't think of, like, what game I'm trying to think of. That's like a notoriously bad game that I like. I don't know. I don't even know, like, what system it would be for that I'm thinking of. I mean, like, there was also, like, a lot of, like, rental games growing up for, like, the Super Nintendo that, I would play, like, a couple times and be like, oh, this is so cool. And then, like, years later, like, hear about it again and realize it was not that good of a game. Pretty sure I did not get the coin in here last time, because I got it on my other file. Yeah. There he is. Balls was an incredibly bullshit game to play, but I beat it several times over. Well, that's the thing, of, like, when you only have, like, a few games as a kid, it's like, well, that's the only thing you have to play, so you might as well, you know, make it worthwhile. And so, like, there's, like, so many games, like, I don't know how I beat as a kid. And it's just, like, pure determination of it being one of the few games you have, and it's like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta power through it. Mario is dead. Mine is Glover. What, like a historically, that's not like a disliked game. Or a bad game. I don't think it's widely considered to be that. I think it's just notoriously, like, hard because of the way it controls. I'm pretty sure that game has, like, a big cult following. I think people just hate it because of the controls. Same with Skyward Sword. I mean, it is a valid reason, I think, to hate a game if it makes it unplayable. But again, Glover, I don't think, from what I have played, I don't think Glover is unplayable because of its controls. I think I just don't have the patience for it. I'm sure there's, like, a lot of people who would probably say otherwise. Probably less for Skyward Sword. I think that game is pretty unanimously considered to have annoying controls at times. At least the motion portion. Balls was worse with its models on purpose, but at least the pets models looked like animals. Was that like the era of, like, where every fighting game had to have, like, not pre-rendered, but, like, actual people photographed, a la Mortal Kombat, because they did it and it got popular, so everybody did it? Wow, I was right under that. Nice. I don't know, for some reason, like, the only thing I can think of in terms of these sorts of games that comes to mind, like, something I have a soft spot for that isn't really that great. The main one that comes to mind is Cool Spot for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis and the Game Gear and Game Boy and like 10 other systems, I think. Oh, sorry, I was reading chat. Cool Spot is my jam. I love Cool Spot. See, like, I think a lot of people probably do have a nostalgia or a soft spot or something for that game. And I definitely do, but, like, that was a common rental as a kid, and, like, I also had, like, a friend who had it, and I would play it at his house. And then I didn't play it for years, because I never actually owned it. And so when I went back to it one time as an adult, I was like, I don't really like this that much. And there was, like, a time, John, do you remember, like, when me and you played it? Like, we played through the entire game in one sitting, and we both, by the end of it, were like, why? We have, like, this horrible headache, and, like, weird dizziness. We're like, why did this game have this exact same effect on both of us? I just remember feeling, like, ill after playing it. I would like to stream it one day. I think it's worth it for that. Just as it's an experience. If it looks like I'm just, like, aimlessly running around a lot of the time, I'm just thinking of blue coins to get, which is actually a part of this game I love. And I think that the blue coins make this game feel more like a collectathon than any of the other 3D Marios. Because it's, like, another, like, substantial collectible. Whereas, you know, like Mario 64, like, the main thing you're collecting is just the stars. And obviously, like, yeah, there's the missions where, like, you have to collect 100 coins to get a star. Or 8 red coins to get a star. But those aren't really collectibles in, like, the... I don't really know how to describe it. Like, when I think of collectathon, I think of, like, Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64. Where, like, each level has, like, a bunch of different things to collect with, like, completely different purposes, almost. And that's what the blue coins in this game do for me. Which, in the end, they're just, yeah, used to buy more shines. But it's still, like, more important of a collectible than just, like, regular coins. And they feel, like, satisfying to get. Oh, I'm not all... I was like, where's the windmill? And I have to go up more. I think part of that is because the blue coins actually go away. You know, like, once you collected it, it is collected. They don't come back like the regular coins. So it feels like, yes, that is, like, a goal you're working towards. Nice. The aerial stage in Cool Spot with the scrolling background can fuck right off. I think that's, like, where John and I started, like, getting, like, legit motion sickness. I didn't do rentals until the N64 because that was the first console I owned. I think the games I rented most were Mario Tennis and Mario Party. Mario Golf and Mario Tennis were rentals for a long time until I finally bought those. There was a lot of good, like, N64 rental games that I eventually bought because I loved them so much. Snowboard Kids 1 and 2 are a great example of that. You want to talk about shitty games? A Bug's Life for Game Boy Color. I don't know how many people on that earth, on this earth, have played Game Boy Color Bug's Life to know why that is so funny. But for the uninitiated, I mean, for Christmas one year, I got Link's Awakening, and my brother got A Bug's Life. And you can't even get past the first level in that game. I haven't seen... We'll have to, like, play that, Dimitri, at some point, so I can be refreshed. But what I remember was, like, some leaf platform that, like, you just could not reach, or, like, a hole from that leaf platform that you couldn't get past. I don't remember. Does anyone own a game they rented, like, the exact cart, or am I bad? I do not, but I own a movie by accident. So, here's a story. I'm just trying to think of how to set this one up. So, you guys know the movie The Sandlot? Classic 90s, I think that was 90s movie, right? That wasn't 80s. Classic 90s, like, kids movie, kids playing baseball movie. That was, like, we owned that movie. And it was a family favorite. And one time at Blockbuster, we saw this movie that had the same kid who played Ham. You know, in Sandlot, you know, the You're Killing Me Smalls kid. It had that kid in this movie, and it was a movie about soccer called The Big Green. So we rented that movie based just on the fact that, like, well, my brother played soccer, and my dad is like a soccer player from when he was younger. So those two things combined was like, yeah, let's check out this movie. So we rented that, but we returned The Sandlot by accident, and somehow ended up with Soccer Movie. Like, years later, went to be like, hey, we should watch The Sandlot, or like cleaning out our VHSs or something. And we're like, this is not... What the fuck is this movie? So, Blockbuster ended up with our copy of The Sandlot, and we ended up with their copy of The Big Green. A movie I do not believe which was as critically acclaimed as The Sandlot. 1993, yes. Pretty sure my mom stole a Blockbuster copy of Kirby's Avalanche. Or Ghost Trap, if you're so inclined. I have Tenchi Muyo and that Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystals VHS tape that I kept when our local Hollywood Video shut down. Yeah, I feel like I should have... That's a thing we should have done, was take advantage of video stores shutting down and just being like, you know, buy some of the games and movies off of them. Nice. Nice. Miss it entirely. Yeah, I mean, we were good with our rentals. We never kept any, or like, probably never even returned anything late. Speaking of VHS tapes, though, I definitely remember having that Yoshi's Island. Excuse me. We had that. I don't remember if, like, we rented it from Blockbuster. I feel like we must have, or like it was like a promotional thing, because I don't have it. Like, I don't still own it. It was a rental of the Yoshi's Island promotional VHS tape. which was like, and I've talked about back when I did stream Yoshi's Island one time, which I will go back to and just start over someday. When I streamed that, I talked about this, that weird, like, promotional VHS that was, like, way too fucking 90s. With, like, this kid in a backwards hat and a jeans jacket walking around Nintendo headquarters and talking to Ken Lobb. And other, like, Nintendo of America, like, Treehouse members. And getting, like, the inside scoop of the game. Just tell me what's up with the watermelons. Like, you gotta, like... It's totally gnarly how Yoshi just, like, has different color eggs, man? Like, that's wild. There was one for Donkey Kong Country as well. With, like, the same dude. I mean, hey, you know, it enticed me. Not that I wouldn't have wanted Yoshi's Island to begin with, but it was like, that definitely increased the hype for me. Other rental nightmares, The Lion King. Yeah, that's like a collective shared nightmare I think everyone our age has, is renting Super Nintendo Lion King. Like the fucking, Stampede level. Could have sworn we had a Blockbuster or Hollywood Video copy of something, whether by mistake or deliberate. Not that I remember, but... And yet, I feel like I can picture... very clearly, like a game, like an N64 cart, with that, like, clear sticker on the top that says, like, property of Blockbuster Video. I don't know if maybe, like, one of my friends had something like that, or, like, did I buy one later on somewhere else, like, secondhand. Why am I going up there? It's not up there. You know what? We should do all of the sewers now. Now that I have the rocket. My Sonic Adventure 1 for Dreamcast has that sticker. The metal stripped clear sticker thing with the big Blockbuster logo on it. Yeah, let's do the sewers before I forget. There's just blue coins, and I could probably do the 100 coin mission now for the plaza. Which is another thing I really like about Mario Sunshine, is that the hub is also like its own level. Like, there's plenty of... It's like the biggest hub. There's, like, so much to do. So much to do, so much to see. No, I mean, like, it has, like, all of its own shines and its own 100 coin mission. Whereas... I mean, Mario 64 kind of had that as well. There's a few stars right in the castle. But then once you get to Galaxy, there's not really like anything in the Comet Observatory. It's just like a glorified stage select that is playable. All the stars are still, you know, contained within their own levels and stuff. which is one thing that, like, disappoints me in Galaxy about, like, the Red Star. Like, there's literally only one mission for flying Mario. And it's that one purple coin mission in the gate. And it's like, you completed this mission, now you get the Red Star somewhere else. And it's literally just in the Comet Observatory, and there's nothing to use it for, unless you want to fly and get a couple of 1-ups. Still gotta get Odyssey. Odyssey is fantastic. I mean, I said this last time, but... You know, because going now between these 3 Mario games, and also thinking about Odyssey, since it is on the Switch... Odyssey is definitely my favorite controlling Mario game. It's just so fun. And every time I play that, I'm like, I'm just gonna do, like, the main moons, and, like, you know, I'm not gonna get every moon this time. Like, I've done it once, I don't need to do it again. And every time I play that game, I'm just like, I just want to keep playing. I just want to play more, because it just feels good to run around and jump and do stuff in that game. Like, everything is so tight and so good and so satisfying. It's actually perfect. And it then makes me think, like, man, what if they really could have, like, just I know it would be, like, a enormous undertaking. And it certainly wouldn't have happened in a collection like this, but, like, if they could completely remake this game from the ground up and give it the... like, use the Odyssey engine as a base and remake Mario Sunshine in it, that would be amazing. I feel like I missed stuff, but I am not sure. Just need 4 more. There we go. Hey, I know an hour and 12 minutes into the stream is a bad time to ask, but how has the volume been? Like, balance-wise? Because I did increase the game volume from last time, because I felt like it was a little too quiet when I watched some of it back. Hopefully, like, one thing has not been drowning out the other. Sounds good. Okay, thank you. It's funny, I've always related myself as a Nintendo guy, but I relatively lack on Mario games. I think I found myself having more Sonic games. I mean, like, I'm the same way, but, like, I've never played really, like, any Pikmin. I've barely played Metroid. I've barely played F-Zero. And it's like, yeah, those are much less substantial Nintendo franchises, but they are still, like, Nintendo mainstays. So I do sometimes feel like I'm a guy who plays video games an awful lot, and yet my scope is extremely narrow for what I actually do play. Like, there's a lot I'm just straight up not interested in, and I just end up playing, like, the same games a lot. or the same types of games a lot. But I don't think, you know... Nice. Just walk off the edge. I don't think, like, you should feel bad. Like, I don't think anyone should feel bad of, like, not playing this, that, or the other just because you feel like it is, like, a necessity to be a fan of said thing. You know, just play what you want and, like, what you have access to. I probably will... Well, I'm not totally sure, but I would like to get Pikmin 3 on the... Excuse me. The hiccups. I would like to get Pikmin 3 when it comes to the Switch, because I have not played a Pikmin game before. I played the demo for 3 when that came out on the Wii U. And I was like, yeah, I want to get this. I'll get this eventually, and then I just never did. So I don't want to miss the chance a second time. But I'm not 100% sure. Like, I do want to get it, but I might wait till a little later on. Like, I might not get it right when it comes out. I might wait to find, like, a used copy for less or something. I think we pretty much got most of what there is to get out here in the actual plaza. Well, I'm missing 3 blue coins. Oh, I think the blue coins I'm missing are just the fruit-related ones. No, it would have to be... Did I do 2 of the fruit basket ladies last time? I did, I think, the coconut ones and the pineapple lady. Or the... No, the banana lady right here. So what blue coin does that leave? See, now I'm like, did I get all the stuff in the sewers after all? But I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. Oh, I know what I missed. I didn't finish doing Yoshi stuff. To be a plumber holding a pineapple on a tropical island under a dolphin fountain. That would feel nice right about now. Here we go. I gotta juicify the... I don't know what that is. The gunk. It looks a little bit like, pineapple. Like the inside of a pineapple. But moving for some reason. And speaking of which, I never even ate the big one. Fuck it, let's do this one. Because this is my favorite. Yoshi, please. Yoshi, please. The Manta Storm. Manta Toboggan. I don't really know why this is my favorite level. Probably just because of the aesthetics of it. I like the Sunset Beach and the hotel. Like the resort hotel. I like hotels in general because I'm weird. And where many people would be like, you know, complain about having to stay in a hotel overnight somewhere. I've always found that to be a fascinating experience. And I'm not even talking about, like, obviously, like, the fancy resort hotels that are nice and actually, like, enjoyable to stay at. I'm talking about, like, Holiday Inn Express. To me, for some reason, that is, like, an interesting experience to just be in a hotel. There was this one really cool hotel that we didn't even stay at. My brother and I recently both recalled this from when we were kids. We were like on our way down to Florida looking for like... And we were probably like in Georgia or South Carolina ready to stop for the day. Driving down. And we stopped at this one hotel. And I don't remember, like, why we went in and didn't stay at it. But it had, like, a hybrid indoor-outdoor pool. And there was, like, this little, like, area you could, like, swim under to go inside or outside. And it was, like, so cool, and I wanted to stay there so bad, and then we just left. I wish I had, like, any idea where that would have been. I'm just getting all this electric goop out of the way before the boss, because it will just create more. I just keep walking into it. But this is another thing about 3D Marios in general. they're just satisfying to do things in. Whether it's like collecting stuff or cleaning up the goop, it just feels good. I can't explain why. Like, just doing that is very satisfying. I miss hotels. I am positive I am renting a room here when the pandemic ends just to hang out and get myself a continental breakfast. Do you think anybody, like, goes to a hotel, like, in the morning just to get a continental breakfast? Like, they go to the front desk and they're like, hey, look, I don't need, like, a room or anything. Can I just get like, some of those stale cinnamon buns? An old coffee. I mean, I joke, but again, that's part of, like, the experience is the continental breakfast. And it's usually very lackluster. And at the same time, it's like, well, this is just part of... Why is he not? I'm spraying. That's just part of the experience of being in the hotel or being on the trip or whatever you're doing. I have fond memories of, like, being at the Small Press Expo the few times I went. And, you know, like, the first night there, they would do the Ignatz Awards, and everybody would be up late, and there would be, like, the after party, and everybody would be drinking. And then the next morning, like, because everybody's staying in the same hotel, you would get up, and, the entire hotel was just, like, cartoonists walking around, getting ready for the day, eating breakfast. And that's a very, like, calming image to me. Like Sean said, this is a great level to just do the spin spray. Once these guys get really small. Definitely a really... Yeah, here we go. Definitely a really unique boss for this game. Yet another thing that is satisfying too, just killing these little mantas. Last one. Yep. Spin! That wasn't a good... Spin! I can't do the Vinny spin. I can't do this. I can't do the funny spin voice. That's like a hard, like, one word... Wow. Single word to say in that voice, and, like, I can't do it. Okay, we're going to spin! There we go. Spin! Kinda got it. You're going to suck this cock clean. You could probably just straight up walk into a hotel and score some free breakfast. How will they know if you belong there or not? Night shift is different than day shift. It's probably true. I don't know. I guarantee there's people who have done that or do that regularly. My family would travel to Tucson 2 to 3 times a year for most of our lives just to go shopping at malls and stuff, and hotels were one of the experiences. Yeah, I mean, like, that was, like, half the fun. Especially as a kid, like, when you care a lot less. Because, like, now, like, especially now, I can't imagine, like, staying in a hotel with the mindset I have. Now that coronavirus is a thing. But even, like, before this was a thing, like, I would stay at hotels as an adult, and I would be, like, a little skeeved out of certain things, and, like, think about just how dirty they may be. And, like, you just don't think about that as a kid, and it's just like, here's a cool place where, like, you get, like, this little room with a bed and a TV that has, like, a Nintendo attached that you pay for. And the door unlocks with a card. And it's cool. It's fun. I don't know. And then you get older and you worry too much. And it becomes unfun. But as a kid, like, that's part of the experience of the travel. So, like, a lot of, like, my vacation memories are, you know, as much as there was stuff to do at the destination or something, there was also just memories of random-ass hotels. Oddish in the corner? Not quite. It does look a little bit like it. This dude. This probably kills the bitrate too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know how visible that was. It's just a blue version of the pokey head thing. Oh, I don't have the hover nozzle. Yeah. Graphics. I see what you mean by the fact that this game does not hold up. I don't know how the developers could let that slide. That's just lazy. They need to patch that, honestly. This is not what I'm paying them for. I can't even tell if I'm hitting that bird because of how tall this grass is. This is the only red bird in the game. And surprise, it gives you a red coin. Red birds give you red coin, blue birds give you blue coin, yellow birds give you a shine, and green birds give you yellow coin. Because that's how color works. I'm gonna get these other two fruit ladies out of the way. Get that over with. And then, with the exception of the dreaded pachinko machine and lily pad ride, we will pretty much be done with the plaza. I believe. I don't know why Mario can't pick up the durians. I don't know if it's just because they're too sharp. You just play a little soccer with them. And hope the physics cooperate. Too stinky. I was just gonna say, yeah, like, has anybody had a durian in real life? Because that is what I always, like, I don't even think I've ever seen a durian in real life. But that is the one thing I know about them, that is that they are stinky. Honestly, the first time I ever even, like, heard about durians was this game. I was like, what's this other fucking fruit that I'm, like, kicking around? It's like a pine cone or something? And I had genuinely never heard of this before. Who says video games don't teach you anything? It smells awful, but it tastes okay. I heard they taste delicious. Problem is, I don't like a lot of fruit to begin with. I hate fruit, honestly. Most of it grosses me out. The only fruit I really like is watermelon and apple. And bananas are, like, okay sometimes. I mean, I haven't really gone out of my way to eat a banana in a very long time. Or have anything with, like, bananas in it. So it's pretty much just apple and watermelon. I love vegetables, though. But fruits, I don't know. A lot of fruits are gross to me. I mean, like, where are durians even, like, native to? My first exposure to the durian was Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, of all games. Are durians the same as jackfruit? I see jackfruit all the time. No, not the same. See, I don't even know what a jackfruit is. Is it anything like a king or a queen fruit? That was my joke for the night, folks. -2. I got my first -2, I think. Delete your stream, Nico. Nice. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. That's all I know. I'm not a rapper. Can I squirt that in there? I just need to squirt this lady's basket, you guys. Where did it go? Fuck. Oh, now it's floating. Very cool. Mario, please. Please. There we go. Come on, three-pointer. Really? Is this allowed in basketball? Are you allowed to just like stand on the net and drop the ball in? Or is that a foul? Do you guys remember last time? Did I do the box dude twice? I think I did. I don't think it would be set up that way if I did it once. If you're LeBron James, you can do anything you want. That's an athlete I know the name of. Let's go to Pianta Village, since we have not done that yet. And we can now access it. I think this is honestly... This or Bianco Hills is probably my least favorite level. And I don't dislike either of those, I just... Probably because these are kind of like the least tropical. Like they're both more secluded away from like the beaches, I guess. Even though this one obviously has a ton of giant palm trees. Yeah, so anyway, this is the level where you pull on a dog's tail and spike it into a lake. Rated E for everyone. It is certainly an interesting mechanic, to say the least. Just yeet the dog into the water because it has a fever. What's this last one? Here, doggy. You're my favorite customer. Oops. Awkward. Always be kind to your pets. My sister thinks chain chomps are femme. I never gave it any thought, to be honest. Chain chomps are dog. They are doggo. I definitely think the one in Mario Odyssey is the gold one. With the hats. Oh yeah, Link's Awakening. Wow, yeah, I did not even think of that one. The little one who wants the bow. Chow Chow. She will give you yummy food. It's full of juicy beef. Remember when I streamed that like a year ago? And I couldn't steal from the shop for like 12 minutes? Uh-oh. I don't know why that was the first memory that came to mind and not the red-blue puzzle that Dimitri had to actually come in here and do for me. Those were good times. Can't believe that was like a fucking year ago already. Because that anniversary just passed of the release of the remake. But now you'll never forget the solution. I won't. Fucking Cracker Barrel ass puzzle. Well, now that I've done like all the stuff in the plaza. Now the goal is pretty much just to do 7 shines in each level. Because unlike, you know, Mario 64 or Galaxy, opening up the final level is not dependent on the number of shines you have. But you have to do the 7th mission in each level. And then it will open up. Because the 7th mission in each level is just like a chase with Shadow Mario. And I guess it's like once you've defeated all the Shadow Marios, then game be open, beat time for that. So let's do this one. good. Yeah, we haven't done a secret level yet tonight. So, we can have a little cock and ball torture on the stream as a treat. Hello, Mario. I see today you were eager to learn about the male penis. No, I'm gonna let that one hang in the air for a little bit. Ah, shit. These are like the worst timed blue coins in the whole game. I always try to do this one from up here. I don't even think I'm hitting that. Nope, still not. Okay, that one's not as bad. But for some reason, going the other way is pretty annoying. The timer is way too short. Can't you use the jet here? I feel like it takes about the same amount of time by the time the turbo nozzle actually like charges up. Also, I don't think I have access to it in this level yet. That one's still like grayed out. Whatever, we got it. Not gonna make that. Not gonna make that. Not gonna make that. Everyone tell Nico you want to see him stream Oracle of Ages in its entirety. No. I don't know about that. Oh. I do have to, God damn it. I started that game in April of last year. I think April. Like April or May of last year. And beat like 6 of the dungeons and then just stopped for some reason. I don't remember why. I would possibly stream those games eventually. If you give me, like, a long enough time to do streams of stuff, I would not be opposed to that. The thing was, like, the reason I was even, like, playing it in the first place, like, I made a point to... I had never beaten Seasons, and I had never even played Ages. So, I went and I played all through Seasons, and then I started Ages immediately after. But then I just didn't finish it. I don't know if maybe, like, playing them both back-to-back had just kind of, like, burnt me out on them. And I think the whole reason I went back to finally finish Seasons in the first place was because that was when Vinny was streaming Seasons. And I was like, I should probably do this too. Because I would rather see through the game on my own, you know, before I watched him do it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We're good. And yeah, now he's playing Ages. And I'm in the same situation that I never finished it from last year. And I would rather have seen through that myself, but... I had Oracle of Ages 2 for some years, which didn't click with me that well, and I love Link's Awakening. I feel like you can definitely tell it's made by different people. They're not bad. I really did like Seasons and what I did play of Ages. But you can tell, like, there's a little bit of, like, oddity type stuff that almost feels like fanfiction-y. Anyway, I want to go back to the hotel. I wish there was like a 3DS peripheral that plugged into your power and transmitted video. That would be nice. Because there's a decent amount of stuff, DS and 3DS, that I would like to stream. Which, obviously, for DS, there are other methods where you don't need the actual hardware. But 3DS streaming is pretty fucked, it seems. Time for more Hotel Mario. If you need help on getting into the hotel, check the enclosed instruction booklet. Landed right on it. All toasters toast, toast, Luigi. This is it. The hotel is full of ghosts. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. I feel like Luigi barely has that many lines in that game. Like, anytime you think of, like, Hotel Mario quotes, I just think of Mario. Toasters toast spaghetti. God, I'm like a living YouTube poop right now. Remember, where there's smoke, you gotta help us. They pinch back. Spaghetti. Quality streaming. Absolute madman doing Hotel Mario memes. Like a mental patient. Lamp oil? Rope? Bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies. Oh, nice. Probably should have not stopped to do a shitpost. And just kept going with that momentum. Sorry, Link, I can't give you credit. Yeah, come back when you're a little richer. With rubies, not rupees, rubies, my friend. What is that guy's name? Is it Morshu? Because I always want to call him Mushu. And I know that's not it. No, oh, fuck you. Right through the crack. Morshu, yes. Okay. I knew it wasn't, like, actually Mushu pork. Sure is boring around here. I'm so hungry I could eat an Octorok. Ooh. Oh. I keep wanting to long jump in these segments where you don't have flood, but there's no long jump in this game. Okay, I've looked at the chat like twice, and I'm realizing that is a bad idea right now while I'm on the spinny. I'm not looking till I'm done with this level. Okay. Why would you eat an Octorok, though? I don't know. It's probably like the equivalent of us eating animals. Better than eating a Dodongo. I can't wait to eat Dodongos. I wonder how many YouTube poops have like sentence mixed him saying like, I can't wait to eat dong. Thank you for taking care of those bots. Wait, no, come back. I wanted free followers. For my epic stream. Gamers. I really like this mission, where you just kind of like explore the whole hotel. And this is one I remember like being completely unable to figure out as a kid. There was like a few things about this game when I first got it that I had to look up quite a bit. Mostly like blue coin locations, as I got towards the end and couldn't find them all. But for some reason, this particular mission I just could not figure out. And I'll show you in a bit. Mostly because there's like floor panels like you can jump through, and there's not like... they don't give that much of a hint to it. Or anything. I mean, well... I think like the biggest hint you get is you talk to this dude. He says, I lost it when I heard this was a 4-star resort. Water damage in the restroom? That is so low class. So you go in there. And you're supposed to just know to jump up through that. And from here, you pretty much access the rest of the hotel. Water damage in the restroom? That looks like a job for a plumber. I don't know anybody like that. Not in this game. Also, all these guests get creeped out that you're like in their rooms inexplicably. And get out of my room, you weirdo. I just wanna... I've never done that before. I get a really creepy vibe from this weird painting, but you know what I would find even creepier than that? Imagining how you got in here. They just talk about the ghosts. There's like so many NPCs in this game, and I highly doubt I've ever at any point in my life talked to every single one of them. I'm calling for help. Ladies. But I do love the way this hotel is, like, all the rooms are strangely connected. It's really cool design. And like I said, I like hotels, so hotel levels in video games are always interesting to me. Not that there are many that I can think of. The only other thing that comes to mind immediately is, Wario Land 4. Hotel horror. So, why did we get Yoshi? Because the attic is full of ghosts, and only Yoshi can eat the ghosts. But I like what this guy says. Why can't someone come along and suck him up with a vacuum? Which I as a kid, genuinely thought that was going to be more than just a reference. I was like, oh, is Luigi actually going to show up in this mission, or in this level? And I held out hope for that, and it obviously never happened. They found him in Mario 64, but can they find him in Sunshine? Also, I really like how these, like, ducts look when you're actually, like, in a normal view and not, like, overhead. Although it does make things very confusing. Hold on. Yeah. These are oddly nice-looking vents. To get back to that other ghost, which I think is over that way to the left. I didn't talk to you. I didn't... I'm trying to jump. The fucking wah, the ghosts scream as they get eaten. Yeah, I love that. I love the boos in this game. Anyway, Yoshi can just live in the pineapple room from now on. In fact... yeah, here you go. And he'll just eat them automatically for the rest of his life. Oh wait, I got one more blue coin. Because you can actually do the same thing in the ladies' restroom. And that's how you know it's the ladies' restroom. Oh wait, there's 2 more blue coins. They're very consistent about when Yoshi can eat ghosts. Which, most of the time he can't. And they explicitly say it. Like, Mario 64 DS, like, Yoshi can't defeat the ghosts and he'll just spit them back out. And it's like, you can't eat ghosts. They talk about it, like, in Mario Maker. I remember, like, a tutorial sort of thing where it was like, why would you bother putting, you know, essentially, like, why would you include Yoshi in a level with booze? Or something about that. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go to the end yet. Fuck. Well. I'll get it another time. There was another blue coin. I think you missed one in the vents. Yeah. I noticed that just now, obviously, but there's another one that I'm thinking of. We'll do one more here. Except this one kind of sucks. It's just very tedious to get to the actual secret level. But I think I can get that coin I want. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's another I missed. And this one. Just blue coin after blue coin. And they're not worth anything in this game. Like, they don't count towards your regular coin total like they did in Mario 64. Nor do red coins, actually. Oh, it's the same room. meant to go... I do not remember if I got the blue coin here. In one of these... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Wait. I thought of another one. Because it's right here. I mean, right here. I suppose 100%ing collectathons are not always the most interesting thing. Because you get moments like that where you're just kind of like looking around. And it's not that exciting. You're not fighting a boss or like doing any crazy platforming. Anyway, time to gamble. I guess it's not really gambling because we're not putting anything in. Come on, Snake Eyes. Or whatever, I don't know. What's a casino term? God, this does kind of make me want to go to Atlantic City. Even though, like, I've never actually gambled in a casino. I've just been inside casinos. And they're like grody and smoke-filled, but I like the I like the aesthetics of them. I mean, again, I'm the weird dude who likes hotels and malls and casinos. This part is annoying. And I will admit, not having an analog press for the R button does make quite a bit of difference here. But yeah, I really missed not being able to, like, go to the boardwalk this year. Even though, like, Atlantic City itself is... there's nothing anymore. Except a few casinos. There's no reason to go there. Fuck off. Here's that jank you ordered. It's the word of the day. Please, just go. Please, just go. Okay, corner. We can do it. Oh, Snake Eyes is craps. My brain didn't work fast enough to make a poo-poo joke about how craps is called craps. So, you'll just have to imagine it for yourself. Is Snake Eyes good or bad, though? Snake Eyes is double ones, I assume. But I have no idea what, like, how to play craps, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Why are there so many seagulls in this void? It's kind of unsettling. I'll do a few more and then call it a night, I think. I've been for about 2.5 hours. Which is a good amount of time. It's just hard for me to put this game down. Maybe we'll round it out at 50 shines. And I'll just do a couple of, like, quick ones. What do I have? I can do gelato. That's just the Wiggler fight. Angie. Well, that didn't help. Oh. I feel bad for him. He's adorable. And we woke him up and pissed him off, and now I'm stomping on him. Uh-oh. Got him. I don't know why you have to stomp on like a specific one at random. Holy shit. R.I.P. one of the secret shines in this stage is really easy to get, so I'll do that. I am not... I'm not actually doing Sandberg tonight. I think that will be next time. I am going to attempt to do a bunch of the bullshit ones in a row. That's how physics works, right? Times. How exactly does flood reproduce water? Like, where's the source? You just step into any water and fill it up. Or did I misunderstand the question? It just seems infinite. You can run out. The meter goes down. But water is just like so plentiful in this game that it rarely happens. Yeah, it doesn't take, or rather, it does kind of take a lot to actually run out. I feel like it's a really rare thing to actually be empty in this game. But it does happen, depending on, like, what you're doing and where you are. Anyway. Secret shine. I don't know why I thought that would work. I just want to hoop my way up. Okay, one more. And it'll be a nice even number. Just what would be a good one? Oh. Yeah, we'll just do Pianta Village 2, because I believe that's just a race. A race with the postman from Majora's Mask. And then I will fuck off until next time. I would say hopefully I'll come back to this before the end of the week. As I said, this is a hard game to put down for me. Despite the jank. Whomst the fuck is Il Piantissimo? Really weird to name him Il when the I and the L in the font for this game look exactly the fucking same. So for a while I did not know what his name was supposed to be. I thought it was like the Roman numeral 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okie dokie. Piantissimissimo. That is his very, very quiet brother. I like how he just... no greeting. Or barely a greeting. He's like, hello, and now we shall race to that flag. He just cuts right to the chase. Get that blue coin while we're at it. He's still not here yet. That's how I introduce myself to people. As is customary in my land. I tell them my name and then I challenge them to a race. In a land they are unfamiliar with. Okay, well, there's 50. Which is a significant increase from last time. Even though a bunch of those were from blue coins, but... that's good, we're making progress. I don't know how... I'm wondering, like, how many streams this would end up being for 100%, but... I don't know. We'll find out. I'll do an extra save. But yeah, for now... I'm Sonic, let's do a foot race. Fastest thing alive. Whoa. Yeah, you're just forced into it. And if you lose, you die. So, everything is on the line. Well, anyway, yeah. Thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate it as always. And hopefully more Mario Sunshine in a few days. I hope you're enjoying this because I'm enjoying playing it. And I want to keep playing it. So, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you next time.